Ninjas, Dinosaurs, these early OTS championship results are very, very interesting. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more OTS content. So we're going to be starting off here with ninjas. I feel like I'm in a time machine here, seeing that, triple book of Eclipse is relevant. One duplication, double imperm. And the fact that this was all relatively, fairly recently is actually pretty interesting to me. You do see down here for the post-side decking options, you have Lava Golems, you have Kumamungis, you have Dark Rulers, you have Evenlies, you have everything that you kind of expect to see in a deck like this. I see we're also playing the White Dragon Ninja in here as well. Huh. Well, that's not something that I feel like you get to see very often in here in terms of, your overall power. But ninjas, everybody, let's clap for it. I think that we'll probably see more roguish options like this tend to kind of show up out here, but we'll have to wait and see as more of these decks kind of develop here. Now, third place out of this event is the Power of Crimson. Just kidding. It's the Red Dragon Archfiend Jack Atlas special, and this feels like a structure deck DLC here, because you have double Lubellion in here, you have double Duraswarm, you do see, I actually play double Skullmeister in here. It's kind of cool. I also love down here, they're citing 7 additional synchros. Wow. Okay. Well, playing in an event like this, if you need to rotate in and have, cards foregoing second or something like that, I think that's actually kind of hilarious. They're also sporting off double Fiendish Chain in here, which is, all of this is incredible to see. Like, this is the sort of challenger to the meta that might not always do the craziest, but man, if it does high roll, it can do a lot of crazy stuff. Like, a synchro board uninterrupted is a very scary thing to actually witness in the current format. We have Branded coming second this event, which means, where's the gimmick pup? There's the gimmick puppet. Found it. Yes, we're playing the Fusion Duplication Trap. I've heard a lot of arguments for people kind of going away from the Fusion Duplication Trap card. I like the Trap card personally. Considering the fact Ash Blossom and Joyous Annoying Spring is a problem in this format, being able to deploy the Fusion Duplication to be able to copy that Branded Fusion so you can kind of continue to play the game, it's something you do want to see. I see this build is also opting to play the triple crossout in the side deck. It feels like they weren't really too worried about, I guess, hand traps if you're pushing those to the side. You're already playing 44 cards as it is. Just kind of, you take the good with the bad, I feel like. I also love the one Evenly down in the side deck. They're main decking triple thrust, so the result is, if I need it, it's there, right? I can just pull it out of the void and boom, I have access to it. And winning our event was actually Voiceless Voice. This is a very, very, very break your board Voiceless Voice too, because they're playing triple Droplet, triple enemy controller in here to push, those board breaking options onto your opponent, which is actually pretty impressive. They're also playing triple DD Crow in the main here, and to be honest with you, Crow not being a hard once per turn is fantastic. As long as you can start taking away those resource options away from your opponent, you're probably going to be in a good position. And of course, you do see down here the most infamous card out of the format, Ye Olde Summon Limit, denying your opponent the massive allotment of those little crazy summons that you tend to see, these decks kind of rotate on through here. So overall, not too bad. This whole tournament, honestly, the amount of rogue present to have Voiceless Voice be the dominator is crazy. Now, we have another event here. Third place. Oh boy, Snake Eyes. It was a matter of time out here until we found our way back in to the Fire meta. Now this build's kind of interesting because they're only playing double Veiler, but they have rounded the deck out to 40 cards. They're super optimized here. Double Diabellstar, triple Wanted. Post-side decking, I see that we are playing the one of Scattershot. That's kind of cute. We do have double Ghost Bell for defensive options. You do see the triple Soul Release. Yes. The best card to handle those pesky mirror matches out here and, taking away your opponent's Promethean Princess. And then, of course, we have double Anti-Spell. Yeah, I've seen enough Fire to know that, you know, the more streamlined that these decks tend to look, the lot better of a chance they're going to have to succeed and crush the competition. That's just unfortunately how it is. Fire remaining undefeated in the arena. And of course, back here, moving on along here, our next list here, second place, is actually going to be the Voiceless Voice deck. Okay. I'm kind of happy to see Voiceless Voice actually, you know, showing up here and doing something, but that's two Voiceless Voices essentially out of these events, one winning, one getting second. This one sporting off, you have your Nadir package in here. You gotta love to see the value that gets. This build did choose to play the Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph, and that's the main thing that I've been enjoying with the differences in these lists is, do we play the Pendulum Graph? Do we not play the Pendulum Graph? We're also not playing anything in the extra deck to interact with the Pendulum Graph, which is kind of disappointing. I do like those little cheese options that you can kind of pull out of nowhere here and have your opponent look at you and go, why are you playing this terrible card? And it's just like, well, you know, it cheeses out those free wins where you necessarily need it to. And winning this event was actually Flaunderies playing the new TCG exclusive card. Cowtell is a very fun card, and we have seen the card bring a lot of success to a lot of these builds out here, which is actually pretty good. You do have double Evenly, double Dark Ruler in here. You do have the Feather Storm. Yes, we are main decking a Feather Storm. Alright, trust me. Alright, you'll be happy to actually see the little crazy value that the Feather Storm can get you, because it's not like you can't thrust on into it. Post-side decking, I mean, you also have another Feather Storm to toggle into. You have the Dimensional Barrier. A lot of the same standard stuff that you're used to seeing in these builds, definitely present in this deck. But, you know, if you're a Flounder player right now and you're like, well, you know, is there a way to, you know, fit in the new spell card? This is how you do it, all right? Like, this is genuinely probably going to be the best idea to ramp up those results. Now, our next tournament here, Snake Eyes. Woo, baby. Triple D Bellstar playing 41 cards. We are doing the Fire King package in here. I mean, why not, right? You want to make sure you can win those games. We have those crossout designators. Yeah, you already know how good crossout's going to be. All right. I do see that we have the... I mean, 41 cards is pretty standard. You do side the Sprend with the Scatter Shot BS to ping your opponent. We do have the crossout designators in here, just so that you can hit those pesky little hand traps in those matchups that your opponent thinks they're going to get away with it. And then, of course, we have the anti-spells down there. Man, oh man, I cannot tell you how much we have loved seeing anti-spell fragrance this format. I love getting anti-scammed. Like, it is my favorite thing in the world as a duelist. And then, of course, yeah, there's nothing else to really say about this. Once again, these Fire King builds feel so standardized at this point. Like, please, meta change. All right, hey, Sprite Purely? The fact that this deck still functions and still finds a way out here in the meta is so very interesting to me. But I mean, you lose a little bit of the BS, I'm going to sit on the one big Purely, to kind of make sure that the deck has other lines of play. You know, diversifying your options tends to be a pretty good thing along the way here. You also are siding your Triple Fenrir. I feel like that'd be something I'd want to name, but, you know, they have to go more in the hand trap direction here, because you need to have nibs, you need to have, maybe not so much Drolls, but I mean, Droll covers, since you don't feel like you have as much Fire King at these OTS championships, depends on the region, you know, you can make the more optional approach to go, hey, do I play Droll? Like, what's going on here? Do I make a method to go for this? That's honestly my opinion on that. You have a lot of different ranges of options for you to decide on in terms of deck building. I think that's why I like this form. Well, I don't like this format, but it's okay. Raidraptors. What? Raidraptors? Okay. I think this has been the 5th or 6th Raidraptor deck that we've seen kind of coming out of nowhere here. And this is actually playing the TCG exclusive, huh? So we're pulling a page out of Flaunderies' book out here, taking advantage of that. Your hand traps for this build: Ash, Valor, Nib. You have, of course, the Imperms. I see that we are playing only 2 talents in the main. You're playing 43 cards. Post-side decking, you bring in those Drolls, you bring in those Ghost Bells. And they're also playing Forbidden Droplet in here as well. So you have... This is kind of interesting to see. This does go against, actually there are some, well, to be fair, there are a lot of similarities in the Raidraptor decks. It's just, I love how they've all kind of forgone the Kali King Yuga play. Like, so many people are like, oh, you have to play Kali King Yuga or bust. No, you don't have to. These builds have been pushing away from it. And last was out of this event was Dinosaurs. Okay, we'll talk about, we're playing the Claw Crow in here. I guess, I mean, a free little extender if need be. We're doing the Frostosaurus play. That's fine, so you can make the big 3,800 Chungas. You do have the crossouts down here in the side deck yet again. I mean, making sure that you can hit those key things. Droll Knockbird's kind of a cute little interaction here. Double thrust, 1 talents in the main, that's fine. This feels, I mean, like, besides like the 1 synchro next to Baron for the vanilla stuff to revive something, this feels pretty standardized to me. Like, it's not like Dinosaurs get crazy lines of innovations. Build's not playing the Poly and the Kaito Patara stuff, which I like that. I think it does help out a lot of these builds, but no real need here. So, okay. So what do you guys think about these builds for today? Leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.